welcome to Daddy Curb's farm. Last week I showed you how I cut these pumpkins and cleaned them out and utilized all those seeds. Take a look at that. But this week we're going to talk about how to use the flesh of the pumpkin. Now, why would you want to eat the pumpkin? For many people, the pumpkin is just a holiday decoration or a pie filling. But there is so much more to this pumpkin that's good for you. It is full of vitamins like A, C, and E, and minerals like potassium, copper, magnesium, and much more. These are jam-packed full of nutrition. Now, this particular pumpkin, all of these are not sugar pumpkins. Those are the ones that are preferred for your holiday meals. They're a little sweeter. These are more bland, but still packed full of nutrition. We learned earlier this year that pumpkin filling, the kind you get in a can, is good for dogs. You put it on their dog food and it helps their digestive system. Just helps keep them regular and healthy. We found that we were buying about one 15-ounce can of pumpkin per week. And that's okay, but it can't be nearly as good as saving our own. So what we're doing is taking the pumpkins that we get for free and pureeing them and saving that puree so that we can save money and give our dogs a higher level of nutrition throughout the year. Keep in mind that when you're feeding your livestock, you don't have to do all this. You just open the pumpkin up, beat it with a ball bat, lay it out, and they'll eat it up all the way down to the rind. But this is mostly for the benefit of our dogs. Sometimes we'll take the puree and put it in a smoothie or in a bread recipe or something like that. We made pancakes one time and that turned out pretty nice. But I'm going to show you how to make the puree. You can decide what you do with it for yourself. We're going to use one baking sheet that has a lip. It will get a little messy, so we want to try to contain that liquid. We are lining it with parchment paper. Helps to clean up because it will, like I said, get messy. The pumpkins really should be baked upside down. Now, since I have lots of pumpkins to choose from, I'm going to try to maximize how much I get in the oven by filling this tray up. I'm going to go ahead and cut this one again. There, I was able to get 3/4 of a pumpkin on one tray. Now we're going to put this in the oven and we're going to bake it until the knife slides through the skin with no resistance. After cooking for about an hour at 350 degrees, these large pumpkins are pretty soft and ready to be pureed. You do want to give the pumpkins time to cool off a little bit. I've heard, I've never experienced, but putting a very hot pumpkin in a blender could be catastrophic. Plenty of people will show you how to peel the skin before pureeing, but the skin is perfectly edible, and once pureed, it just adds vitamins and minerals. It is a good idea when using the blender with warm ingredients to point the spout away from you just in case it decides to overflow a little bit. So here in the Vitamix, we're going to start on a variable low speed and then work up to a high speed to puree. After pureed, you should have this beautiful gourmet baby food look, and it actually looks really delicious. You can, if you want, strain this through cheesecloth to get some of the moisture out, but I just don't see the need. In my how to make fermented hot sauce video, I forgot to taste it. I'm going to give this a nibble. It's definitely not a sugar pumpkin. It's not very sweet, but it does taste like pumpkin. In our house, some of this is going directly into the refrigerator to use all week long to put on the dog food. But most of it we're choosing to put into the freezer in quart-sized bags so we can pull it out and use a little at a time. I've heard that you can can pumpkins, but it's not a good idea to can pumpkin puree because it's too dense and could be unsafe. We take our baggies once we get it about half full and smush out the air, zip it up, and lay it flat. Put that on a cookie sheet or a plate and put it in the freezer. And then once it's completely frozen, you can stack them up to save space in the freezer. Thank you so much for sharing this time with me here on Daddy Kirk's farm. I hope you enjoyed this short video about how to make and use pumpkin puree. I thought also, what better way to end a video about pumpkins than with a cat named Pumpkin. Did you like that, Pumpkin? Be sure to look at the video last week about how to use the pumpkin seeds and the health benefits there. Thanks again. I'll talk to you soon.